This is Kyle Swicegood, and I'm happy today to have Wendy Horn with Davie Life Magazine to speak about the enormous success her magazine has had here in Davie County. Wendy, I believe you started the magazine last year. Give us the process that got you to the point of saying, let's have a Davie Life magazine.
Well, it actually started about 5 years ago. I had the thought of doing something like this for my hometown. But I had a small child at home along with 2 other little boys and just felt like it wasn't a good time in my life in terms of being able to devote the time that was needed. I finally decided to take a go of it, and that was in the summer of 2009. So leading up to the first issue, which came out in January of 2010, I went through the whole researching of the publication, and 3 months later the magazine was formed.
Well, I've got 2 questions for you. One of them deals with the publication and how many you print, and the other is your response from the local community and businesses.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you print quarterly?
We print 13,000, and just to give you an idea of how well they seem to be received in the community, the last issue, which came out in February, the 13,000 rolled off the truck, and after about the first 10 days, we were down to just a little over, we had already gone through over 11,000 magazines.
I'm sure that's a daunting task when that truck rolls up with all those
Right.
magazines, because you go to various locations. I'm assuming they're in doctors' offices, they're in restaurants. I've seen them all over the place.
Mm-hmm. We really do. We feel like that's a service we do for both our community as well as the supporters, advertisers for the magazine.
As an advertiser, I'll tell you, I was real excited when somebody called me and said, hey, I've seen you on the back of that magazine. I'd like for you to talk about marketing our real estate. And as an advertiser, it always makes me feel good to know that the money I'm spending is getting me a response. So how has the response been from the business community for your magazine?
It's been great. The first one was a little tougher because obviously it was a product I was trying to market that didn't exist. But even with that one, we started out, the first one had 38 advertisers. So I was actually very, very pleased with that. The last one that we published had roughly 80. So you can easily see how the business community has responded.
That's great. Wendy, let me ask you this. Did you start by yourself, and do you have now people that work with you on this project?
It did start as a one-man show, one-woman show, just because it was, I hate to say it, it was almost like the blind leading the blind, but that was up until roughly November of last year. And then another local girl, Angie Jordan, which I'm sure many of the listeners know and love.
I like Angie.
Yeah, she happened to call me up about something totally unrelated, and it just turned out we were able to come together and realize that we could work closely together. And I think she has a genuine love for the magazine as well, because I think she sees folks in the community and how well they respond to the magazine. So it's worked out very well. So
what's it like going to a restaurant and seeing a couple there at a table, and one of them have opened Davie Life magazine? What kind of response does that give you?
Oh, it makes you feel very proud, obviously, but it also makes me feel very good for the service that I'm trying to do to the community, or for the community, in terms of they're obviously learning something that they may not have known about Davie County, and then those who maybe have that service to offer in the community, they're being discovered possibly.
Yeah. If you haven't seen Davie Life, I want to encourage you to find one, take a look at it and read it. You'll learn things about the county that you didn't know even if you live here. It's a great publication. And Wendy, if someone wanted to get in touch with you about advertising, how can they contact Davie Life?
They're certainly welcome, and we encourage them to visit the website, which is www.davielife.com. We also have our local number is 941-3090, and then as well email Wendy@davielife.com, or if you want to talk to Angie, Angie receives emails as well, and it's Angie@davielife.com.
Well, Wendy, I know you've got a deadline approaching, so I appreciate your time today. Thanks for coming by, and wish continued success for a great magazine, Davie Life.
Well, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Mm-hmm.